People who return your shopping carts to the designated spot. What do you do for a living? It doesn't matter what I do for a living, I am not an asshole. I work at Walmart putting away carts. I'm an engineer, but more importantly, I'm not a jerk. Former military. Currently unemployed. What kind of boss doesn't care about the well-being of other people? Unemployed. Disabled. I have mobility issues and I use the handicap parking as I am legally entitled to it. And yes, I always return my cart to the designated area. I'm a collision repair tech and fabricator. I give a fuck about my car and thus I give the same respect to others as they may give a fuck about their car as well. It's 20 feet away. Don't be ignorant. Walk the 20 feet and put the car away. I used to work for a grocery store and had to gather carts as a teen. It sucked. Sucked even more when people just left them everywhere. So I always return them. I'm retired. I respect the jobs of others. I worked hard to get where I am. The job of the lot attendant is not to run around collecting carts that able-bodied lazy paws don't return like they are asked to. It is to bring the gathered carts to the store front for the convenience of the shoppers. Chasing errant carts becomes their responsibility and that's not right. RN. People that leave their shopping carts everywhere, especially in the middle of a parking space, make my asshole itch. Lawyer. I'm an inconsiderate asshole, and I still return my cart. Retired. Also not a lazy bastard. Stripper and wannabe writer. I sense no common theme linking our occupations to the fact that we return our carts. Confirming that our jobs and not being inconsiderate wankers have no relevance whatsoever. Did anyone get to the bottom of why this question is being asked? Contributing member of society. InfoSec. Retired with arthritis throughout my knees, hands and shoulders. I return the cart every time. I am unemployed right now. I'm in a clerical position in a legal office. I have sciatica on my left side and a bad knee on my right, but goddammit, the cart goes back to the corral regardless. Facilities operations and management aka engineering. Retired naval officer. But I worked for Kroger through college and had to gather carts in the rain and snow before. Having done the job, I always return the cart. As they say in John Wick, it is a professional courtesy. Doesn't matter what any of us do. It's called common sense and common courtesy. Would you rather I leave it in the middle of the road? No. Of course not. So why do you do it? I buy orphanages and no-kill dog shelters and then evict everyone forcing children and puppies out on the street. Even I am not evil enough to not take my cart back. I own 5 different businesses now. When I was a teen, I was the one rounding up all the carts strewn throughout the parking lot in the dead of upstate NY winter. Sometimes I still gather a few and bring them inside on the way inside to help those kids out lol. Director. And I've never not returned a cart. Special needs instructor. Something totally unrelated to shopping carts. Though I have been the cart wrangler before. Though I returned my cart before that too. Because I wasn't raised by wolves. I'm a surgical assistant. Not putting the cart back feels like littering to me. And I just can't do it. I shop at Aldi in Australia. If I don't return my cart, I don't get my $1 coin back. My vocation is irrelevant. Social worker. Contractor. Accountant. Teacher. It's not the cart person's job to get your shopping cart from wherever you leave it. They are to go to the designated areas only in a perfect world. Put them up a bagger. I am a hairstylist and I also have a side gig at a retail store. I hate getting dings and scratches on my vehicle and will also take other carts that have been left abandoned. I'm a minister who appreciates order in the universe. I look for cars taking up 2 or more parking spaces and place shopping carts all around them. It guy. Also not a jerk. Big fan of personal responsibility. I'm a consultant. Musician, waitress, student. Cart narc. Lol JK I am a printer. Educator. Stagehand. Normal jobs. Unless you're in a real hurry or emergency, not returning it is a dick move. Engineer. I always put it back inside. Software engineer. I care about cars not getting hit by shopping carts. Occupation irrelevant. Don't be a douche, it's not that hard. Yes, I'm a pizza delivery driver. I'm an IT manager and one of my general worldviews is I shouldn't make anything worse and I should strive to make things better. To that end I take an abandoned shopping cart from the parking lot into the store with me. Even if I'm not going to use one. Any cart basket I do use gets returned to its place. Unemployed due to a long illness at the moment, but my last job was a residential internet repair agent in a cable company call center. Caregiver for the elderly with dementia Alzheimer's. Compliance analyst I live for rules. Tears of joy. Accountant. I work in IT. Very interesting question actually. FedEx driver. I park in all sorts of annoying places all day. No need to be an ass when it's unnecessary. Work in the people side of tech company. Return your carts, you vagrants. I have no job but I know how to govern myself. College student and retail worker, but I was raised to not be a bitch to other retail workers. I'm curious to know what the people who leave the FKN carts in the parking spots do for a living. The amount of times I've had to get out of my car mid-park to move a trolley is ridiculous. Nothing. Retired. I return mine. Then return all the leftovers. One day the one that leaves theirs is going to come back to their car that has a cart dented into it from a good wind. Yes. Karma. Software developer. Customer service office work. People who don't return carts are ridiculous and petty. They're the bottom tier of humans. Me, I'm currently unemployed. But I do try to park near the cart corrals to make it easier. Engineer. Professor. It's a simple, selfless act that shows you care about the common good over a slight inconvenience for yourself. I take returning my cart as an opportunity to ride that bad boy to the cart corral like a goddammit scooter. Kicking with my leg to get more speed and trying to ride it into the corral like a damn soccer goal. Why not return it when it's some of the only fun I can squeeze out of this miserable adult experience lol. I work in IT. Things have their place and they should go there. Retired Army. I don't use the handicap parking, I park next to the buggy return. I sometimes have to wait for one to show up. Then use it instead of my rollator walker. That way I can put the darn thing away and it isn't out roaming the parking lot looking for the fender of your new car. Nurse. Hour. And I'm just not a poss. Be good to others, hard hands, medium light skin tone. We are just good people making the world globe a better one. I'm a graphic designer. If they had a way to sort it into a special sub-corral, color code it, and name it by a specific convention, I'd probably do that too. Firstly, I care about others. Second, I work in finance. Third, I worked in hospitality for 15 years.